Karen's laugh was a hyena's cackle, echoing through my mansion's marble foyer like a bad omen. She thought she'd won, lounging in my home like a self-crowned queen, but karma was already sharpening its claws. For 6 months, I'd been abroad, volunteering in a remote Guatemalan village, blissfully unaware that my dream Hamimi sanctuary of glass and stone was being defiled by a woman who made entitlement an art form. Karen, the HOA's self-appointed dictator, had moved in, claiming my mansion as her own with a forged deed and a smirk that could curdle milk. It started innocently enough, or so I thought. I'd left for Guatemala last spring, entrusting my sprawling estate to a property manager, Greg, who swore he'd keep an eye on things. The mansion, perched in an exclusive, gated community in upstate New York, was my pride 5 bedrooms, an infinity pool, and a view of the Hudson River that could make you believe in miracles. I'd spent years building it, a testament to my tech startup success. But Karen, the HOA president with a penchant for power trips, had other plans. Karen was a walking caricature, overweight, with a penchant for loud floral dresses and a voice that could shatter glass. She'd terrorized the neighborhood for years, fining people for untrimmed hedges or unapproved mailbox colors, all while strutting around like she owned the entire zip code. Her favorite pastime was glaring at me during HOA meetings, muttering about how my modern mansion ruined the aesthetic of her precious colonial-style community. I ignored her, assuming her bark was worse than her bite. I was wrong. While I was teaching kids to read in Guatemala, Karen was weaving a web of deceit. She discovered my absence through her nosy network, probably bribing Greg with her infamous lemon bars. Armed with a fake deed, she convinced the county clerk I'd sold her the mansion for a laughable $200,000. The real price? Closer to $3 million. She moved in, redecorated my minimalist haven with gaudy chandeliers, and threw parties that left wine stains on my custom hardwood floors. Neighbors whispered, but no one dared confront her. Karen's reign of terror was absolute until I got a call. "Ellie, your house. It's not yours anymore," my friend Mia stammered over a crackling phone line. Her voice trembled with disbelief as she described Karen's takeover, complete with photos of my living room turned into a tacky shrine to her ego. Rage boiled in my chest, but I was 3,000 miles away, with spotty Wi-Fi and a heart full of dread. I booked the next flight home, my mind racing with questions. How had she pulled this off? And why my house? When I landed in New York, jet-lagged and furious, I drove straight to the mansion. The sight made my stomach churn. My sleek, modern home was unrecognizable, draped in tacky string lights and fake ivy. Karen's SUV was parked crookedly in my driveway, a Karen 4 HOA bumper sticker mocking me. I stormed to the door, only to find it locked me, own key useless. Through the window, I saw her lounging on my leather couch, sipping wine from my crystal glassware, her feet propped on my coffee table. The audacity was breathtaking. I called the police, my hands shaking as I explained the situation. They arrived within the hour, 2 officers with skeptical frowns. Karen waddled out, her face a mask of indignation. "This is my house," she shrieked, waving her forged deed like a flag of victory. "This woman's trespassing." Her voice dripped with disdain, as if I were a stray dog begging for scraps. The officers exchanged glances, unsure who to believe. My heart sank. Karen's lies were convincing, and her HOA clout gave her credibility. But I wasn't alone. Mia, bless her, had rallied the neighbors. One by one, they stepped forward, their stories spilling out. Mr. Thompson, a quiet retiree, recounted how Karen had bullied him into paying a $500 fine for a non-compliant birdhouse. Mrs. Lee, a single mom, shared how Karen had threatened to report her to CPS over her kids' chalk drawings on the sidewalk. Their anger fueled mine, and I handed the police my real deed, my lawyer's contact, and a stack of emails proving I'd never sold the house. Karen's facade began to crack. Her smug grin faltered as the officers questioned her paperwork. "This is a misunderstanding," she blustered, her voice rising to a panicked squeal. But the county clerk, alerted by my lawyer, confirmed the fraud. Karen's deed was a sloppy forgery, riddled with errors a child could spot. The officers' faces hardened, and one reached for his handcuffs. The crowd of neighbors grew, their murmurs turning into cheers as Karen's lies unraveled. "You can't do this." Karen screamed, her face red as she backed toward the mansion's door. I'm the HOA president. I know my rights. But the officers weren't swayed. They cuffed her, her floral dress bunching awkwardly as she struggled. The sight was almost pitiful. As they led her to the patrol car, she shot me a venomous glare. You'll regret this, you nobody, she spat. I met her gaze, calm but unyielding. This is my home, Karen, not yours. The aftermath was a whirlwind. The police uncovered more of Karen's schemish been skimming HOA funds for years, using them to finance her lavish parties in my mansion. The neighbors, emboldened, voted her out of the HOA, replacing her with Mrs. Lee, who promised fairness and transparency. My home was a mess, but I spent weeks restoring it, scrubbing away Karen's tacky touches and reclaiming my sanctuary. The community rallied around me, their guilt for staying silent turning into action. They helped repaint walls, replant my garden, and even threw a welcome-back barbecue by the pool. Karen's trial was the talk of the town. She faced charges of criminal trespass, fraud, and embezzlement. Her defense was a pathetic parade of excuses. She claimed she thought I'd abandoned the house, that she was protecting it. The judge wasn't buying it. Karen was sentenced to 3 years in prison. Her HOA empire crumbled, her reputation in tatters. I didn't attend the trial. I was too busy rebuilding my life. But Mia sent me a photo of Karen in court, her smugness gone, replaced by a hollow, defeated stare. Looking back, I realized Karen's downfall wasn't just about her crime. It was about her inability to see others as equals. She'd built a throne on intimidation and lies, but it was a fragile one. The neighbors, once cowed by her, found their voices. I found mine too, learning that home isn't just a place but a community that fights for you. As I sat by my pool, the Hudson River glinting under the stars, I felt whole again. Karen had tried to steal my dream, but she'd only strengthened my resolve. The mailbox still stands in my driveway. It's weathered with a reminder of that chaotic day. Someone, probably Mia, had taped a note to it. The title of this saga scrawled in bold marker. HOA Karen moved into my mansion while I was abroad, got arrested for criminal trespass and fraud. I left it there, a badge of victory, a warning to future Karens. Entitlement may open doors, but truth locks them shut. The end.